Welcome in, everybody. What is going on a Sunday evening? And the trades just keep on coming. Adam Frazier is the latest name as the Padres are stocking up for a playoff push. Padres fans, hit that like if you're excited about this trade going down. Obviously, Padres sitting in third place, need to do something to make a move in the National League West. The Giants are even better than we thought. The Dodgers are 3 games ahead of them, and they're still sort of, the Dodgers are not at full strength. So a big move here in terms of announcing that the Padres are not going to sit pat. Welcome in, everybody. Michael, MLB Joey, Kyle, everyone who's here with me live, and anybody that catches the replay. I think that this is a good trade for the Padres. This is, again, them announcing that they are in it. They are not just going to try to hang out and get a wild card spot. They want to make a move. They want to try to get that division. They want to get out of that spot. So we are going to talk about the Frazier piece with the Padres. We're going to talk about what's next as well, because there's a lot. There's a lot in the wind right now. And yes, I see it in the chat room. The Mariners are making a push for Whit Merrifield. So we'll talk about that for a minute as the Mariners start to look to the next chapter in their franchise, as they're a good team this year, right? Seattle 54-46, game and a half behind the wild card. All of a sudden, Seattle finds themselves in it. So Whit Merrifield could be a move for them. He would be a nice piece. Move him to the infield. They have their outfield set. He would be a great piece at second base. So we'll dive into that. But this is first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at Adam Frazier, because listen, he's kind of been stuck in obscurity with the Pittsburgh Pirates. There may be some people who have no idea who Adam Frazier is. So let's take a look at Adam Frazier real quick. So Adam Frazier been with the Pirates the whole run. He came up in 2016, was okay, but look at his career. All-star this year, most hits in baseball with 125. Certainly think he's got a shot to get to 200 hits this season, and to move him into that Padres situation. We're going to take a look at the Padres depth chart in just a minute to see how he fits in. But you like what Frazier's doing this year, and it was building. We're going to kind of, forget about 2020. That 230 batting average was the lowest of his career. We're going to toss that aside. What we're really looking at is a guy who, look at that career, 283 hitter, having one of his best seasons, and a great piece, a great table setter. And if they don't put him at the top of the lineup, maybe they put him down in the lineup to turn the lineup over, just lengthening, extending that Padre lineup. So a nice situation here as Adam Frazier comes up. And here's the other nice thing about him. We're talking about, for his career situation, got another year of arbitration. So he's back next year in the mix with this team. And they'll just, the Padres are here, right? We know the Padres are going to be going at this thing for a while. And Adam Frazier is a nice piece. Doesn't cost a ton of money. Have another year of arbitration for him. Side note, what does this mean for Ha-Seong Kim? Can we just real quick, before I do that, before I get ahead of myself, let's take a look at let me get this out of the way. Sorry, guys. So let's take a look at the situation with the Padres depth chart. So this is what's interesting to me, okay? Hosmer first, Cronenworth second. You can put Cronenworth anywhere. You can put him pretty much anywhere. So you're going to fit Frazier in. You can put Frazier anywhere in that infield. You can move Cronenworth around. So his flexibility is important and key here, because and Frazier, quite frankly, looking at Frazier and where he's played this season, I do want to take a look at that. This year, Frazier has played second, and he's played 7 games in the outfield. So he's played left field a little bit. So you can stick Frazier out there. I don't think you're bringing him in to do that. I think you're bringing Frazier in to be the second baseman, and you move Cronenworth around. So a good move here. I'm going to take a look and see what is going on in the chat here. just to kind of see what's going on. Kim is a bench player. I agree. He is a bench player, but I don't even. How does Ha-Seong Kim even fit in now? I was almost expecting Kim to be included in the trade to the Pirates. I know Kim has a contract where you can't send him to the minors. He's got a no minors deal. I also wonder if they gave him a no trade clause. Ha-Seong Kim, I just don't know how you're going to play him now with all of the depth that the Padres have, bringing Frazier in and with the rest of this lineup. They have a ton of flexibility now, and you go and get a guy that, again, has the most hits in baseball right now. He's doing a great job. Everybody that might just be finding the channel, hopping in, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Stay close to the channel. Really focusing on giving you a ton of content for the trade deadline. Really keeping my eye on everything that I see out there and bringing it to you. So make sure you subscribe and stay close to the channel for trade deadline content. Michael, but they can't do anything with him. They literally can't do anything with him. They cannot send him to the minors. They can't. He's on the major league roster. He's got a no minors deal. That was one of the reasons why he didn't go to Toronto. Ha-Seong Kim had Toronto and San Diego and another team as one of the finalists. The Padres gave him a no minors deal. So and Toronto would not do that. So, Kim, the Padres are stuck with him unless they can find a trade partner, which I would think they could, but it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm surprised Kim was not involved in this deal. Now, the pieces of the trade. I'm going to pull up everyone's favorite Twitter account. I understand, but he has the pieces of the trade and what the Padres are excited about, because I've seen this commented a few times now. They didn't give up anybody of significance in their opinion. They did not get rid of any of their prize prospects, and they get the guy who has the most hits in baseball with Frazier and his 125. So the pieces are, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the first name, Marcano, Jack Suwonsky, and Michael Milano. Maybe that's Mitchell. Milano going to the Pirates. So the Pirates get 3 prospects to develop down the road. That's all good and great. But what we're focusing on is the San Diego piece, and that Frazier is coming over. And we're talking about the Padres going for it. They're stockpiling. I've also seen on Twitter that they still want to get another pitcher. Maybe that was Heyman that tweeted it. They still want to get another piece, and you can understand why. San Francisco has been great, and San Francisco continues to be a good, stingy team. The Dodgers, Mookie Betts just was put on the IL, so maybe there's a weakness there with the Dodgers. They just have these injury problems. I don't feel like Cody Bellinger's been right all season. So there's an opportunity for the Padres to pounce, and this would be the time to do it. Go and get them. Padres, this is your opportunity. Get Frazier in there. Get this team cranking, and let's go with it. If you're a Padres fan, this is the time. So looking at the chat, just want to see what everybody is talking about. Kyle Mad Max for the Padres. That could be an interesting situation. Greg has batting Frazier first, Cronenworth second, Tatis third. Which I gotta think you want Frazier at the top of the lineup, right? That's just the way I think. Listen, I have not heard. Does anybody have any info on a Padres injury? Because what's in the back of my mind throughout this entire situation with Adam Frazier going to the Padres was there an injury today that I didn't see? I was pretty locked in on the Blue Jays game, and then I been dealing with some kid stuff with birthdays and dinner times, all that. Did somebody get hurt? Because you got Pham, Grisham, and Myers in the outfield. I know you could say neither of them have really lit it on fire this year, but I feel like you're going with those guys. Are you sticking Cronenworth in the outfield? Is Hosmer? Because where you can put Cronenworth, I'm just trying to figure out where everybody fits. So Padres fans that are in the chat with us live, what's the lineup going to look like with Frazier? Where do you put everybody? That's my question to you, the viewer that's live with me. Where do you do that? Is there another trade coming? That's the other thing you think about is, are the Padres now going to use this depth? They're not trading Hosmer or Cronenworth or Machado or Tatis. None of that. Don't even need to speak any of that. But maybe Pham or Grisham or Myers. I think they want to hold on to Grisham. But Pham or Myers, if one of them is going to go in a trade for some pitching, then you can stick Cronenworth in the outfield and you have room for Frazier. That's what I got to think is going to happen. Take out Profar. They're not. Are they? Profar's coming off the bench, Tommy. That's the thing. Profar's coming off the bench. Cronenworth to first, Frazier to second. Where's Hosmer go? Kevin, where does Hosmer go? Is he out? Somebody, what's going on with Eric Hosmer? I'm trying to. I feel bad that I don't know this, but I just didn't think there was anything going on with anybody. I know Hosmer just got back, but recently got back. So yeah, they could move. They could move. Greg Hosmer's not getting moved. He's not getting moved. He's not getting traded. That contract that he's got, no one's taking Hosmer. I don't think that's going to happen at all. Take Profar, right? But Profar, right? Hosmer's going to be a bench bat. For the money that he's paying, for the money, I cannot see that. Let me pull up Eric Hosmer's numbers. I don't see that. I'm not pulling him up on the screen. 265, 8 homers, but he has missed some time. I mean, he hasn't been great. Hasn't been like it was in 2019, but I got to think that you need him out there. And I don't see an injury note. So this is a little fascinating to me. Again, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Where does Frazier? We got to have Frazier at second. Cronenworth, you can put Cronenworth in the outfield. You can put Cronenworth at first. But ultimately, I think this is probably an indication that there's another trade, and it probably has, I'm guessing, Will Myers, Trent Grisham, or Tommy Pham. I got to think one of the outfielders is on the trade block for a pitcher. And comment below. Let me know if you think that's sort of what I'm feeling. So, AB, welcome in. Kevin, as a Padre fan who watches them every day, we need Hosmer to not start every day. Okay, you want him coming off the bench? All right. I know he has not been that great this year, but this is an interesting trade. The Frazier piece, Padres gearing up. They got to do something. Let me get this tab out of the way because again, the Giants, the Dodgers, the Padres, we all have a feeling when we're talking about what's next. We all have a pretty good feeling, just focusing on the West and what could be next with us, that the Dodgers are going to be active to go get a starting pitcher. It has been tweeted out there that the Padres still want to get another pitcher. And I just got a feeling that the Giants are going to do something. I have a feeling that this time next week, we'll be past the trade deadline. We'll be talking about a big move that the Giants made. I can just see it. A top-line starter to go along with Descalfani and Gausman and Wood, somebody like Max Scherzer or one of the other big names that's out there. I can see the Giants making a move. So the Padres get active early. I love these teams that are getting active early. The Jays getting active early, the Braves getting active early, and the Rays getting active, the Mets getting active. That's good for them. That is a great sign. If you're a fan of those teams, you got to feel good about the headspace that your team is in. And again, let's see here. Checking in on the live chat. Tyler, now this is another thing I do want to comment because we talk about this. If you see something in the trade wins, if you see something, say something. Tweet it at me. Don't just put it in the comments because anybody can say anything. You could tell me that Derek Jeter's coming back for a run and he's going to be the Marlins shortstop. You can put anything in the chat. So if you see something, say something at my Twitter, and that's Jim Riley Live. So if you see something That is what I want you guys. If you see something for real, we're talking about Tyler, the Giants trade talks with Chris Bryant. If that's, tweet that at me where you saw that. Because I follow a lot of guys. I don't follow everybody. There are too many guys to even find to follow when it comes to the beat reporters and everybody that are plugged in with the teams. So I got to think that there is a lot out there. So if there is, there might be Chris Bryant news, but I need you to tweet that at me if you see something. Greg, Padres fans are going crazy right now. It's a great move. Great move for you, Padres. The team is going to be, you're going for it. And if there's another pitcher coming, that is a big deal. Nick, who gets moved next? There's so much that can happen. It is impossible to even try to guess that. I mean, who would have guessed Adam Frazier? I mean, listen, we were on, my man Ted and I were doing our Wednesday, which we will be back again this upcoming Wednesday, doing a trade update, a trade deadline update. So, set your watch, mark your calendars. We'll be back this upcoming Wednesday at 7. We're going to do another update. We're going to do another prediction round. And he nailed Nelson Cruz going to the Rays. So you want to be back here talking and seeing what Ted has to say, but he nailed Cruz to the Rays. He has Scherzer going to the Dodgers, so keep an eye out for that. Raul, do I think Toronto will trade Simeon? I don't think they want to, but listen, if they get swept by Boston, Toronto could be in an interesting spot. I don't know if Toronto is going to buy if they get their butt kicked in Boston. This is going to be an interesting couple days for the Blue Jays. So I don't think they would do that. But at the same time, are they going to be the same level of buyer that we maybe had hoped they would be? Maybe not, just because this is a big week. So let's see. I do want to catch in. There's some talk about Sean asking, does this mean the Yankees acquire Gallo? I don't know. Listen, we got some interesting news today that the Twins were not able to come to agreement on an extension with Byron Buxton. So with that being the case, and I apologize if I'm screaming at the microphone, I'm excited that Byron Buxton and the Twins did not come to an agreement. So Buxton is going to be available for somebody, and there could be a trade. And I do see we had a super chat. I appreciate that. World Traveler, thank you. Big hello from New York. I believe you were at that Mets game. Were you at this one this weekend? Or World Traveler, let me know which game you were at. The Jays got yesterday's game, lots of runs, a lot of home runs, and then today was just a good game. So, but thank you for the super chat, World Traveler. Thank you for being in here. Glad you're checking in from New York. So yes, thank you again, World Traveler, for your super chat. I appreciate that. So, what was I talking about? We were talking about the Jays. Yeah, they just might not be buyers. Do I think the Yankees acquire Gallo? We'll see. If the Rangers are unable to get an extension done, they have to do something. And I think that would make sense for the Yankees. I think that would be a good move for them. Ryan, am I using StreamYard? Yes, I am. Greg, our big piece is Campusano, and we need a starting pitcher. Well, the Padres are making all these trades, and they're dodging all the top prospects. It's going back last year with the Snell and the Darvish deal, and now this one, they're none of the top prospects are getting moved. The GMs of the other teams are getting crushed by the Padres. They're not getting any of the top prospects. Let's see here. What else? I'm just checking. Do you think the Padres for Scherzer? I don't know. Scherzer, the Nats just got swept by the Orioles, so you got to think that the more games that they lose, the more likely it is that they trade Max Scherzer. What does he want? Does he want an extension? Is a team willing to give him an extension? The Scherzer situation is going to be fascinating. He is, I think, going to be talked about a lot, especially early this week. Let's see. Checking out what you guys are saying. I want the Rays to get a starter like Morton. Brian, I think that would be a great move if the Braves are unable to push and get some traction here, get a winning streak going. Gain ground on the Mets. Right now, the Braves are sitting 5 games back from the Mets and 8 games back of the wild card. If they have a slow start to the week, maybe they deal Charlie Morton, and the Rays would be a great landing spot for him. I do think that would be a good move for him. The Yankees should be buyers. I agree with you, Sean. Strasburg's off. Strasburg been hurt. That's the thing, Vincent, about that. Do you think the Phillies could get Buxton, Kimbrel, or Bryant? I think they could get one of them. I do think they could. They don't have a really deep system, so they're going to have to basically empty what they've got. But they didn't go get Bryce Harper to take years off, the Phillies. So I got to think they're going to do something. Everybody, if you are just finding the channel for the first time, make sure to subscribe, stay close, hit the alerts. I try to go live whenever I can when these trades go down so we can talk about it. We can banter about it. I can give you my thoughts. You can give me your thoughts. So make sure to subscribe, stay close. And I also, love the interaction. Would love for you to join this community that we're building here at Ballcap Sports. Come on and join Ballcap Nation. Don't you want to say that you are part of Ballcap Nation? How cool does that sound? I do have somebody tweeting at me. Let's see what we got going on. Nationals have, this is from Andrew Lee from Mike Hawk, HAWK, 921 followers, Baseball Insider. He's got a very tricky last name is all I'm going to say. So Mr. Hawk, as he will now be known as, so that I don't get demonetized. Sources say the Nationals has informed opposing teams that they are in sell mode. Scherzer is on the block. Dodgers and Padres are among teams that have engaged the Nats. I think everybody's going to call the Nats for Max Scherzer. Don't you? Don't you think that? Everyone's going to be calling him because he's an incredible pitcher. If they can get him for just the rest of this year, then they move on with him. They're done. They don't have to worry about signing him. This Scherzer situation, I think, is really going to heat up this week. Oh, let's see. Mad Max, I do think he will go somewhere. We'd love to see Red Sox trade for Rizzo. Corey, there's a couple of players that teams are going to be trying to lock up their players before they go and make the next trade. And, the Twins were trying to lock up Buxton. Didn't happen, so he could be out. And Jeff Passan had the story that if that didn't happen, they thought that Buxton would be as good as gone if they couldn't get that extension done. So Buxton could be on the move. We got to see if the Rangers can lock up Gallo. We got to see if the Cubs can lock up Rizzo. Those are two big pieces. If their teams do not lock up extensions and that word gets out in the next couple days, the trade machine, rumor mill, all of that is really going to get fired up. Sebastian, who do you think the Mariners should go after? Well, listen, I months ago thought that the Mariners should go for Trevor Story. That is going to cost them a lot. It is out today, within the last hour, that they're interested in Whit Merrifield. They would probably be able to get Merrifield at a better price than Story. So go get Merrifield. That's who I think the Mariners should get. I think the Mariners are ready to start competing. That window is opening, and Whit Merrifield would be a nice piece. Greg, AJ Preller is incredible. Yes, he is one of the most aggressive GMs in baseball right now. Everybody that might be hopping in looking for Padre talk, I don't mean to not be talking about Padres as you're hopping in. I am addressing and answering the chat room right now. So if you're a Padre fan and you're getting in here and you want to get this conversation back on the Padres, just let me know. We'll get it right back. Sean wondering if Yankees are buyers or sellers. They'll be buyers. Definitely going to be buyers. Lego Hobo, did you have one? I apologize if you had one and I grazed over it. I see you. Do you, and thank you for that. Do you think the Giants win the West? There might be a lot of Padre fans in here who are going to get mad at me, but I kind of think they will. I kind of think the Giants can win the West. I'm sorry. They've just been a good team. They've got so many players that are just, Longoria was unlucky for the last couple of years. That finally got on track. Crawford's having a great season. He's made adjustments. You got Descalfani and Gosman have been great. So I kind of think they can because the Dodgers put bets on the IL. The Dodgers, they got the Bauer thing. Bellinger hasn't been able to. This just feels like a Dodgers season that was supposed to be. If you understand what I'm saying, the Dodgers season that was supposed to be and just hasn't. Injuries, Seager's been out all year. There's just so much going on. So I have a feeling there's a very good chance that we got to see what the Dodgers are going to do with the trade deadline. The Padres could jump the Dodgers, and it could go Giants, Padres, Dodgers. Could you imagine? At the beginning of the season, if anybody had said it was going to go Giants, Padres, Dodgers, they would have been unsubscribed, unfollowed, and sent to the loony bin. All right, so I do. So there's a lot going on there. Ryan's hoping Scherzer to the Mariners could happen. Scherzer, I think a lot of teams are going to check in. The Mariners are right there, knocking on the door for the wild card. That West is going to be tough for them to get up to. Where do we take a look at that again? You see Mariners 54-46, but they're right there. They're right there for the wild card. They're in a good spot. So the Mariners are overachieving. They're coming up here early. Do I think Cincy will get a bullpen piece? I do. I think Cincinnati could make some moves. I don't think they're going to make any big splashes. Milwaukee just feels like they're pulling away. Cincinnati 4-6 over the last 10. So I could see the Reds, if they make any moves, they're going to be subtle. They're going to be subtle. They won't be big splashes. Could Paddock be on the move? I don't think so. I think they'll hold on to Paddock. Let's see. I know Raul likes to ask his silly questions sometimes. Hold on. Let me go back. I see Kyle Raul. Let me go back and see what's going on. I don't even see it. Hold on. There's a lot going on in the chat. I'm trying to get to it. There's been a lot in the chat, Raul. Do you think there's a possibility Charlie Montoya gets fired before the season ends? Okay, that's it. All right. You don't have to ask it anymore. I see it. No, I do not. I think he's going to hang in there. I think he will be there. There's some things I disagree with how he has managed and performed, but I think he has the team in a good spot. I don't think they would change anything up. That is not it's not going to happen. Let's see. Someone's talking Scherzer to the Padres. It is that was we saw that was from at MLB Hawk. Had Nationals have informed opposing teams. Dodgers and Padres are among teams that have engaged the Nats. Could you imagine a battle between the Nats? Between the Dodgers and the Padres to go and get Max Scherzer? That'd be incredible. Do I think the Padres could trade or the Mariners could trade for Scherzer? I don't, Ryan. I don't. Rizzo to the Yankees would be nice. It would. They get that lefty bat. They got to get a lefty bat. I put out a video. I shouldn't say put out a video. It was in the live stream from last Wednesday about Ketel Marte and the Yankees. The Yankees need to go and get Ketel Marte. He fixes the shortstop problem. If they put him at shortstop, they can put him in the outfield with his versatility. He's a lefty bat. The Yankees need to back up the truck to go and get Ketel Marte. Joey Gallo would be a nice piece, but I think Marte is better because then you can get Torres off shortstop. You can move him to second. Where's Story going, Tanner? He should get a decent return. He's not going to get an incredible return because whoever gets him knows that they could just be renting him. But I do think he'll get a decent return. There was talk that the Yankees were in on him. I feel like the Brewers made sense, but Willy Adames has been just unbelievable since he showed up, so maybe not anymore. But I felt that the Brewers made sense. Maybe Willy Adames helps get a Trevor Story deal. I mean, if you're a Brewers fan, would you rather have Willy Adames or Trevor Story? I know Adames has been great lately, but we have a pretty good sample size on both players, and Story's been better. I don't know. I also think that the Mariners could make a move for Story. There's a lot of teams that could be in on Story. They're talking about him as a center fielder, which is interesting because there really are no teams that need Trevor Story right now. That is an interesting spot that the Rockies are in right now. Is the teams that are contenders, they either have a shortstop, and they can just say, all right, your asking price is too high. We've already got somebody. We're good. We're moving on. The Phillies do need to be aggressive. That is 100% accurate. They need to be aggressive. The Phillies need to get in there. They did not get Bryce Harper to take years off. That is my opinion on that. Let's see. So Phillies, if it was the Phillies to see if he could play center field, I wouldn't do that. Why would you go get Trevor Story and move him to center field? I wouldn't do that. And I mean, Didi has what? 1 year left. Segura has maybe 1 year left. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Let's see. Kimbrel would be a nice piece. These bullpen guys are going to be interesting. Tyler, the Giants need to be aggressive. I think they will be. We have a good crowd in here tonight. Thank you, everybody that is checking out the channel again. Subscribe, hit that like if you haven't hit the like yet. Subscribe, stay close to the channel for trade deadline coverage. I wanted to hop on for a little bit here to talk about this Frazier deal and what it means for the National League West, the mindset for the Padres, and what could be next. I feel like we've kind of covered all of that in this video, and I do look forward to this continuing. I have a feeling that we will either be live once a day this week. The one thing that is planned is the Wednesday at 7 Eastern. We'll be back live doing the trade deadline update and prediction show. Me and Ted will be back on Wednesday, so make sure you come back Wednesday at 7 Eastern, 4 in the West. And I might be live every day. If we have a trade every day, I might come on live every day. We'll see. I will be joining Tyler Wardy NYM tomorrow. We're going to be talking about doing a little wrap on the Mets and Blue Jays series that just went down. Hey, listen, Blue Jay fans, we outscored the Mets throughout the series, but still lost the series 2-1. That's maddening. That drives me crazy. Kyle's getting warmed up to the idea. What is the idea? AB, maybe. Let me think about that. Maybe. I'm open to that. What is the idea, Kyle? Let's see. AB. Vincent, where's Vincent's comment? Vincent, welcome in, buddy. I haven't seen. I'm glad to see you here. I think the Blue Jays should get Scherzer. Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop it right now. Kyle Duffield just said he's getting warmed up to the idea of trading for Max Scherzer. Thank you for coming over. Thank you for coming over to the what is not, we're not the dark side here. What are we? We're the right side. Thank you for coming over and joining us, Kyle. This is what I'm talking about. Kyle Duffield on warm. We're gonna get you there, man. We are gonna get you all the way into the deep end of the warm side of the pool on Max Scherzer. It's happening. They got to win some games against the Red Sox, though. What will happen to Jake Cronenworth? Cronenworth is going to play, Travis. Cronenworth is either going to go to left or Cronenworth is going to slide to first. You can put Cronenworth pretty much everywhere. That's nice. My question is, what is going to happen with the rest of those Padres outfielders? Who's going? Who is going? If they miss out on Gibson, give me Mad Max all day. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I've been waiting for weeks. I've been waiting for that from Kyle. Tyler, the Padres are 5.5 out of first, so the Giants realistically need to be aggressive to keep the Dodgers and Padres. I agree with you, Tyler. I think I said it a minute ago. I have a feeling the Giants are going to win that division. Padres are going to be second. Dodgers are going to be third. There's just too much that's going wrong with the Dodgers this season. We haven't seen Seager in forever. The Bauer situation, Bellinger hasn't been right, it seems, all year. So it's, it just feels like it's going to go Giants, Padres, Dodgers. Unless the Dodgers go out and trade for Joey Gallo and Max Scherzer, then maybe that'll change things. It'll change things. If Gallo gets traded, he's a Yankee. I think Gallo could go to the Yankees. I think he could go to who else did I have him with? I've got Gallo potentially going a couple different places. I think there's a few teams that could land Joey Gallo, and I'm trying to remember. I'll be honest with you, with all of these players that are out here, it is literally, oh man, Gallo. Yeah, see, I had Gallo to the Padres, so this changes things. I don't think they're going to go and get him now. I don't see it. I just don't see Gallo to the Padres happening now. So if we're doing a fallback, it does seem like it might be the Yankees, but the Yankees got to be willing to part with some prospects. The Yankees aren't going to steal Joey Gallo away. And by the way, the Rangers are still going to try to extend him. So we got to watch that. What are your thoughts about Merrifield potentially to Seattle, PZ? I think that makes a ton of sense for both teams involved. If the Royals, who have, listen, they showed everybody that they had an interest in winning the season, but they're 42-55. It is done. And if they could trade with Merrifield, which I don't think is going to happen, and get some good pieces back, eventually they're going to have to, because the window is going to close. They're just not winning. The White Sox are going to be good for a couple more years. Cleveland is hanging in there this year, and Cleveland will probably be better next year. Detroit looks like they're on the rise. You know the Twins are going to be back next year. Kansas City's got to take a hard look at themselves in the mirror and be like, we got to move on something and bring something back for 2 or 3 years down the road so we can make a move then. And Merrifield will do that. And the Mariners are at that point, 54-46. Look at that, the Mariners. They are, I mean, and they still got J-Rod to get back. And they might make a move for some pitching. Seattle is got it. And good for Gilbert. Logan Gilbert. I watched his debut. We got the player lock for his MLB debut, and he looks so rattled. He looks good now. Where do I think Kimbrel will end up? There's about 20 teams that he could end up. Jim needs to do a video for Mad Max of the Jays. What can a trade? Well, I did one. There is one out there. It's old now, I guess. It's from like 3 weeks ago, but I did a Mad Max to the Blue Jays video. It exists. It is in existence. But I think that we're gonna watch, and I'm gonna see where the Mad Max rumors start to go. But there is a good chance that everything that was 2 or 3 weeks ago is just old now, and something new needs to be done. So there very well could be a new Mad Max to the Blue Jays video. JW, hopefully in Toronto as well. Looking at some other comments. Listen, you guys have been great. The comments are awesome. I appreciate you guys hopping in and spending some time with the channel. Again, hit that like, subscribe, hit the alerts for the future trades that are going to go down and the reactions that we're going to do. I am going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to hop off because I'm going to go and help the kids get to bed. It is 8 o'clock here on the East Coast, and the children have to go to bed. It's actually 8:15. So I got some other work to do, but I appreciate you guys for all hopping in. Thank you so much for joining Fortnite. I don't think the Jays are going to trade Simeon unless they lose every single game between now and Thursday, and maybe they get an incredible deal. Otherwise, I don't see it happening. Thank you guys for being here. Again, I see a lot of new faces. I'd love to see you guys come back in, maybe tomorrow. There's another trade tomorrow. We'd love to see you guys come back and be with us for the next one. Let's come on back and let's keep the conversation going. But that is going to do it for this one. Spend some time on the channel. I have a ton of trade content out there. I've got buyers and sellers. I've got predictions. We've got everything. Spend some time on the channel. There is a ton of stuff out there. So, keep it on. And Kyle right there could be more action tonight. I could be back on in an hour if another big trade goes down. But thank you guys all for being here, spending some time, finding the channel. Hit that like, subscribe, do all of those wonderful things. I hope to, again, see you back for the replay of this. I will add some links to some of the other trade deadline content that I have done. And I hope you enjoy that. Again, everybody, I appreciate you being here, spending some time with the channel. And as always, thank you for watching.